The movie begins in 2008, where an angry man quickly walks across the street looking distressed. A few minutes later, the man is joined by other people who are just as angry as him. The group barges into one of the houses where a young man is having dinner with his family and informs him of the terrible news. They tell him that the person they had trusted with their money had played a game on them and swindled them out of all of their money. Shocked by the news, the man follows them to the church known as the Tree of Life, which thousands of people had been a part of, and entrusts their money to a man named Jang Do-chil. The group of people crying and yelling at the young man accused him of vouching for the man who had stolen from them. Overwhelmed by everything that was happening, the young man apologizes to the people around him and jumps out of the building to his death. Several days after the Ponzi scheme had been made public, the news announced that several people who had found out about losing their money had taken their own lives while the rest were panicking. Meanwhile, a young man named Hwang Ji-sung is running through the streets while two men are chasing him. Hwang Ji-sung manages to take the lead and finds a corner to hide in where he takes off the hoodie he is wearing and appears looking like someone else. Although they eventually discover what he has done, Hwang Ji-sung is already far ahead, and they're unable to catch him. Hwang Ji-sung finally manages to hide in his father's shop, who was working on a fake passport for the man who had cheated people of all their money. Revealing what he had stolen, Hwang Ji-sung gives one of the watches to his father and notices what he is working on. When Hwang Ji-sung reminds his father that he had retired from this type of work, his father explains that it was his last job. That night, Hwang Ji-sung's father goes to meet Jang Do-chil in a secret location to hand him his falsified passport, but things take an unexpected turn. The following morning, the police arrived after receiving reports about a man who had hanged himself. While they're investigating, Hwang Ji-sung arrives and sees his father hanging from the ceiling. Screaming in shock, Hwang Ji-sung attempts to run to his father as the coroner slowly put him down on a stretcher, realizing that Jang Do-chil had killed him to keep his secret. After the investigation was over, Hwang Ji-sung received the horrifying news that the police assumed his father committed suicide and that they didn't suspect any foul play. Realizing that he wasn't going to receive help from anyone, Hwang Ji-sung decides to take matters into his own hands. 8 years later, a woman is in a jewelry store speaking to the clerk about purchasing an expensive necklace. Pretending like she wants to see another item, she points at a necklace behind the clerk and uses this as a distraction to replace the one she had in her hands. As soon as she puts the expensive jewelry in her bag, the woman hears her name being called and quickly turns around to see a man. Startled, the woman attempts to flee, but she is immediately stopped by the man's partner. The two men reveal that Chun-ja was a con artist who was trying to steal the necklace. After arresting her, the two men, Go Sok-dong and Kim, put Chun-ja in the car and head off after being thanked by the clerk. Once the group leaves, it is revealed that Go Sok-dong and his partner are not police officers. They were both con artists working with Chun-ja. Meanwhile, prosecutor Park arrives at the office of a government official and arrests the man, revealing that he had taken a bribe from Jang Do-chil. After making the arrest, Park gave a press conference revealing what had happened and reminded the public that Jang Do-chil was confirmed dead years ago. Once he is done with the conference, Park goes to speak to another official who is guilty of the same crime, and the two begin to discuss the situation. It is revealed that Park was also corrupt and that he was helping officials hide the truth about the notorious scammer. During the conversation, the official asks Park about the real ledger containing all their secrets, which Park assures him not to worry about. After his meeting, Park goes to see the thieves he employs and checks up on the assignment he had given them to check. Taking him inside their working area, they show him a file on a crooked man who is used to stealing from his clients. The man had recently acquired a new elderly client who had swindled him with a lot of money. Curious as to how the man had escaped, Park has the thieves check the cameras of the building, and they see Hwang Ji-sung coming out of the bathroom after taking off the old man's mask. Park and Go Sok-dong head over to the place they suspected the thief would be, but they find the place completely ransacked. Getting more information from Kim that the perpetrator was driving off in a black car, Park and Go Sok-dong follow him out, getting in a car chase with Hwang Ji-sung. After following him for a long while, Park crashes his car with the thief, causing Hwang Ji-sung to pass out. When he awakens, Hwang Ji-sung finds himself in front of Park, with his hands tied behind his back. After suffering a few punches, Hwang Ji-sung reveals that he has found Jang Do-chil in China and tells them that the man is still alive. Hwang Ji-sung explains his desire to meet Jang Do-chil again so he can kill him. After receiving this information, Park informs a group of government officials who had taken bribes from Jung Do-chil before he disappeared. As usual, they order Park to kill Hwang Ji-sung, but he changes his mind and decides to work together with the thief to catch Jung Do-chil. Once they have an agreement, Hwang Ji-sung decides to use Park's team, and the group comes up with a plan to free a criminal who he is sure they can use on their team. Once they manage to free Kwak Song-kyung, they trick the man into being interested in Hwang Ji-sung, as he is pretending to be a very wealthy man. Pretending like he is a man working in real estate, Hwang Ji-sung and his team fake his office and dozens of employees for Kwak Song-kyung's benefit. Once he flaunts his wealth on Kwak Song-kyung's face, he tells him that he is looking for a partner, and the buy-in would be $1 million. Putting a camera in Kwak Song-kyung's office, Hwang Ji-sung and his team begin to monitor his actions. Kwak Song-kyung calls Jung Do-chil and informs him that he was found a money launderer that he wants to open a casino with. Impressed by the news, Jung Do-chil tells Kwak Song-kyung that he would be sending someone over to look after the situation, promising Kwak Song-kyung a large cut. Excited by the development, Hwang Ji-sung continues to monitor Kwak Song-kyung and finally meets the representative Jung Do-chil sent. After showing him the entire operation, the representative expresses his suspicions and refrains from going into business with Hwang Ji-sung. Realizing he is being tested, Hwang Ji-sung devises another plan by using the beautiful Chun-ja. After creating a false altercation, Chun-ja guilt trips the representative into buying her a drink and keeps him preoccupied while Kim searches and buys the representative's room. Once everything is set up, Hwang Ji-sung reveals his next plan to the team, telling them that he will be flying to Bangkok to see the base of Jung Do-chil's operations. Hwang Ji-sung also gave Park an assignment to release an article showing a witness who has seen Jung Do-chil. During their drinking session, Chun-ja opens the TV and shows the representative the news they had orchestrated. Shocked by what he had seen, the representative quickly calls Jung Do-chil and informs him about the news, quickly planning to meet. Following the representative in a different car, Chun-ja watches as he speaks to Jung Do-chil and informs him about their new business partner. The meeting quickly ends, and even though Chun-ja tells them to hurry, Park and Kim are unable to arrive in time, allowing Jung Do-chil to escape. Upset by their inability to catch the culprit, Park returns to their base and asks Kim for an update, finding out that the representative and Jung Do-chil will be meeting soon. After returning to his office, Park receives a call from one of his detectives, informing him that Hwang Ji-sung's story wasn't completely true. When Park finds out who Hwang Ji-sung's father is, Park suddenly remembers that he was the one who had the poor elderly man murdered and realizes he needs to halt the plan they had come up with. As soon as Hwang Ji-sung arrives, Park gives him a gun and tells him the day he had been waiting for has finally arrived. Once Hwang Ji-sung has left, Park secretly speaks to Go Sok-dong and orders him to get rid of the swindler, making it seem like he had a shootout with Kim. Park promises Go Sok-dong complete freedom if he agrees to this. The following day, Hwang Ji-sung and his team set out on their plan, but unforeseen events make Park change his mind, ordering Go Sok-dong to stop Hwang Ji-sung. When Park finally arrives at their hideout, Hwang Ji-sung angrily tells them that they could do whatever they want, but he is going through with his plan. When Park sees Hwang Ji-sung is about to pull out, Park offers the swindler the bribery list he has been looking for years. Changing his mind, Hwang Ji-sung agrees to help Park scam Jung Do-chil, insisting that he receives 30% of their win. Once the agreement is made, Hwang Ji-sung follows through with the plan and receives the 300 million bonds that he is supposed to liquidate. After receiving the millions of dollars, Park makes sure that the representative is arrested, while Hwang Ji-sung releases the bribery list to the media. As soon as his contacts fall under heavy scrutiny, the representative asks Hwang Ji-sung to liquidate 30 million for the following day and promises to give him the rest of the funds if he can manage. Realizing their plan had worked perfectly, Hwang Ji-sung agrees to provide him with the money. Once he realizes the plan is going just as he wanted, Park begins to take care of loose ends and decides to torture Kwak Song-kyung for spreading the rumor about the list. Frightened for his life, Kwak Song-kyung reveals that Hwang Ji-sung had paid him to spread the rumor, shocking Park. Realizing that Hwang Ji-sung was conning him, Park waits until they receive the bonds, then has Hwang Ji-sung kidnapped. When he awakens, Hwang Ji-sung finds himself in a secret location where he is tied to a chair. Angry about the trickery, Park begins to beat up Hwang Ji-sung and almost kills him when he receives a call that Jung Do-chil has disappeared and the money is gone as well. While panicking and searching for the thieves, Park receives a call from Jung Do-chil, who sarcastically tells him that he would never be able to win and that he was already 2 steps ahead of him. Soon after, Park receives calls from his superiors, who threaten to destroy him if he doesn't get everything sorted out quickly. Having no other choice, Park approaches Hwang Ji-sung and asks him for his help. After Hwang Ji-sung agrees, Park leaves to handle some business, and Hwang Ji-sung shares what happened to his father with the rest of the team, telling them that he had found out from Jung Do-chil himself that Park had killed his father and that he had been searching for retribution for years. After they agree to help him, the group gathers all the evidence they need against Park and meets him on the docks to reveal the threat, but they're betrayed by Go Sok-dong, who had stolen the information and given it to Park. While they're being held captive, Park receives a call from the launderer he was planning to use, and he is informed all the bonds were fake. Realizing he had been tricked by Jung Do-chil, Park quietly waits for the man to arrive and is shocked when he finds out it was Hwang Ji-sung playing him the whole time. Angry at being tricked, Park pulls out a gun and aims it at Hwang Ji-sung, but he is stopped by Go Sok-dong, who has his gun trained on his head. In a brief flashback, it is revealed that Go Sok-dong and the representative were people who had lost someone they loved due to the scheme and had been planning to take down Park as well as the corrupt officials by working together. After he reveals the truth, he brings in the president and the chief inside, causing a disagreement between them. Soon after, the place is surrounded by the police and reporters. The criminals finally realize that the whole thing is being filmed and broadcast live. As they're being taken away, Hwang Ji-sung smiles at Park, showing the man that he has completed his vision. Soon after, Hwang Ji-sung and the others are freed and meet up at his father's old shop. Seeing Hwang Ji-sung's confusion, they take him to the other room where pictures of all the people they had taken down were plastered on the wall, Jung Do-chil being the only one that was left. The group then starts to make a plan to take down the evil man. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.